Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Pashvika, the channel where we talk a lot about the female stuff, the feminine menstrual cycle, self-care, and more about the productivity related specifically to the female group, or some of them would be applicable to any gender. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about today's video topic, which is kind of like relatable to me as well, and I hope you're gonna relate to it, is the age difference, or you can call it as the age gap. Like we feel like I want to achieve this thing in a short amount of time. Like I'm turning 30 or I'm turning 40. I haven't married it yet. I don't have a kids. How I'm going to do that? Sometimes you feel that age pressure because you see that your other friends or your family members or your relatives are getting married, getting the job, having the kids and doing all those stuff, and you feel like you are lagging behind. You feel that age pressure. Oh, I'm reaching to 25, and when I'm gonna get married, when I'm gonna have kids, when I'm gonna get a job. So I think I'm gonna share some tips with you, and also going to share my own real experience dealing with this particular thing, because we all are humans, right? So we all do face them at some point in our life. So without further ado, let's get straight with our before go pa. Consider clicking the like button, guys. I do appreciate that. If you want more such video future, consider subscribing, hit the bell icon. Whenever I'm gonna upload new videos, you're gonna get notified about it. Also, you can visit our website www.simplewaves.com. The link is in description box below for a blog article for more resources if you're looking forward to a one. You can very well grab the self-care planner that is completely catering to the female, everything that you want, the menstrual cycle, keeping track with your health, with your mind, body, exercise. It's a PDF download. The link is in description box below. You can very well download it. You can fill this PDF out, and above there are the instructions, below are the blank space where you can write about it. The link is in description box below. Anyway, guys, let's talk. I want to talk about the age gap, age difference, or age pressure. I mean, whatever term you want to give to this particular thing. But I feel like we do feel that, especially it's more common in the females, I guess, because we see that if we are not having kids by the age of 30 or 35, then we won't be having kids later on down the road because our fertility time period is quite short. And this situation a lot many times in my own life. When I was in a college, I was doing my graduation. After finishing my graduation, I started with the post graduation. Since I was in a medical school, and medical school has a typical graduation of 5 years, and other graduation, I think it lasts for 2 or 3 years or something like that. Again, it varies from country to country. But medical school, becoming a doctor, is taking you a lot more time, a lot many years than having a normal graduation and post-graduation. So when I was doing the graduation, finishing up with that, starting with the post-graduation, I was feeling like, oh, I'm reaching to the mid-20s. I'm 25 right now. When I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna have all those stuffs, and feeling that age pressure because I was seeing that my other friends having a similar age group were getting married because they finished with the graduation and then they get into and marry their guy, and they didn't start with the post-graduation. But I was doing the post-graduation, so I was feeling like that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to be sharing some tips with you. Hopefully you can relate to it. First tip that I have for you is to focus on your own journey. I think this is really important. Nowadays we are surrounded by social media. Some people influencer on the social media, Instagram, having a cool body, having a cool boyfriend or a husband, having a cool kids, and then living in their dream country, dream world, and they are actually showing off all that kind of stuff on the Instagram, and we instantly compare ourselves with them and feel like, oh, she has at 20 and she has all the things which we need for life, and I'm in 32 and I haven't reached to that level. I mean, that kind of stuff, we do feel that. And I think it's completely normal for us human to compare ourselves with them because we feel like the grass is greener from the other side. We see that the other person is having such a beautiful life, such an amazing life, and we don't have that. We feel that age pressure on us. So I want to tell you, focus on your own journey. You have to shut down, or you have to completely ignore or avoid the other resources out there. Of course, it may sound counterintuitive at times when we are talking about being more open and friendly to the people, but at times we do need to create a more open space for ourselves, more kind of like a personal space for ourselves, and where we can focus on our journey, because the things that we are doing in our life will going to give us the results in the future. So we need to focus on ours. With that being said, the second tip I have for you is stop comparing yourself with the other people. The age pressure or the age gap or the age difference fell when we started comparing our lives with the other, because we feel that according to the traditional mindset that our parents was raised on. They were having like cool kids and marriage and the job all figured out by age of 30, as according to the traditional stuff. Again, it depends from country to country. It depends from where you are born and where you were raised. Every country has their own set, kind of like a systems, you can call it. Again, it varies, okay, but we see that there is a kind of like a fixed system or a box system where the people needs to do this particular thing at a particular specific age group. If they are not doing that, then that means there is something wrong with them, or there is something lacking in them, or they are not good enough, or XYZ amount of reasons. So I want to tell you, stop comparing yourself with other people and stop looking at the traditional system that your parents were living in, because it's not serving right now. Right now we are in a different situation and the things are changing. Everything is changing. The climate is changing, the weather is changing, the people are changing, the environment we are living is changing, the systems are changing, the community, the technology. There is so much change has been occurred from the past few years or past decades or so. So why you need to repeat the same thing which your people or with your parents had done in the past? Stop comparing, because you never know what's happening in the background of other people. We often see that grass is so much greener from the other side, but when we actually go and dive into that person's life, we feel like there are so many struggles and so many difficulties that they are feeling or they are facing, which they want to get rid of them. And when we are looking from an outside person or outside personality, we feel like, oh, their life is complete, perfect. But in reality, it's not perfect. Nobody's life is perfect, guys. You don't know what struggles, what difficulties, what problems that other person or people is facing in the background. Of course, now you would be thinking, my friend is sharing everything with me. She has an amazing life. She's married to her dream guy. She's having kids, a job, and she says everything with me. She's so happy. She achieved everything at a small age. You are wrong over here. Of course, she may be your best friend. She's sharing everything with you. But I want to tell you, every person has some struggles in their life. Some are more conscious and some are more subconscious. Some we feel in the some we really face in the real world, in the relationship, want to be single again, and there were so many people who are single want to be in a relationship. So this is the kind of stuff that always going to be there, guys. So never ever compare yourself with others. With that being said, the third tip that I have is, every one person's journey is unique. So do you, and so do I, and so do everyone else. You just need to be yourself here. You're not here to live that box system of age pressure that you have to finish everything on the time and you have to finish up that age, then you're good enough and then you're worthy enough or something like that. No. You are here to be yourself. You are here to live your life, to enjoy your life, the beautiful gifts that you already have within yourself. If you are restricting yourself to that time frame or to that age frame, you may restrict yourself forever into that. And I want to tell you, don't restrict yourself into that, because you are beyond that. These systems, these stuffs have been made by the society, which doesn't really serve at the end of the day. I don't know why they have made so. I'm not really sure about that, but I'm going to tell you from my own personal experience, it never really served me. Like, I was thinking in my early 20s that I want to get married, have a kids, because I was seeing my friends were doing that. And after a few years, I realized that many of my friends were telling me that you're doing such an amazing job, you're an entrepreneur, and you are all that stuff. And I want to live your life. I don't want to be married so soon, and I'm married so soon, and I'm feeling like I want to have a single life again. And I was like, wow, really? I was thinking about you having a perfect life with your husband, with your kids, but now I'm seeing that your life is not perfect. So that's what the thing I'm going to tell you guys. Maybe from the outside world, their life seems to be perfect, but inside of it, it's a total mess. So everyone's life is unique and you are here to live yourself. The tip I have for you is, life is too short. So don't live in pain or vain. I think this is thing I personally learned from myself a lot many times, and from past 2 years when we were in the COVID, many people were dying. It was really sad to see that, and I saw that so many of my own relatives were died, and they were not that old person, like they were in the 40s or 30s, and I've seen some one of them dying in their early 20s because of the COVID, and I felt like life is very, very short. I feel like I have so many years to live now and I can figure out the things later on, I can do the stuff later on, but no, you never know when your last time or last day will going to come. Of course, it may sound scary, mysterious, but that's what the reality is. That was we are surrounded with that. We are surrounded with a mysterious reality, the secret reality, which we aren't really aware of that. We never know. I don't want to do that. The point over here of talking about all these things is to realize that making any absurd comments or making any absurd summary or decisions out of just anything is way more absurd. Let me explain you what I really mean by that. For example, if you see some celebrity or if you see some person doing something which actually tells something about you, like you see someone is looking so hot in their cool dress and you look yourself and you feel like, oh, I'm not looking hot, I'm not looking good because I'm plus size, or I don't have that good figure or something like that. You're making an absurd comment about yourself, a weird comment about yourself that doesn't really exist. Any absurd comment or any absurd decision about yourself or any statement about yourself is not at all appropriate. Instead, focus on the life is too short and how can I serve this world, what can I enjoy, and how can I live a beautiful life based on what I have within me. Okay, every person is given a box of gift, a box of talent or qualities, whether it's a good or bad or personality type. Everyone is given that box. The problem arises when we look at that box based on other person's box and we start comparing ourselves and putting ourselves in a system, feeling that we need to finish everything on a time, having at that age, and that the problem arises because we are having a different gift box that has a different time frame, different age difference, and everything is different in that box, and we start comparing ourselves with them. And then later on the road, we feel like we don't have any identity. We have an identity crisis because we are something else and we are trying to pretend to be something else based on what other person is trying to show us. So everyone is really living in a kind of like a fake reality of trying to be pretending to be someone else because because they are looking forward that external validation from other people to be perfect or to be good in the eyes of the other people. So they are actually making themselves in a certain box, but in reality they are something else. So everyone is trying to pretend to be something else, but in reality they are something else. And this may sound quite confusing, but that's the reality. Okay, so life is way more short. Don't make any absurd decision based on someone else's reality or someone else's stuff and thinking that there is something wrong with you or there is something wrong with your body or you need to finish up the things on time or you need to get married at the age of 30, have kids by 32 or something like that. No, if you don't want to get married at 30, probably not. If you don't want to have kids, then don't have a kids. If you want to be single all your life, that's okay. That's entirely okay. Just be you. Life is way more short than you ever think about it, and everything will going to wipe away with the time. Last tip that I want to tell you, which is a total fact and total reality, is there is no age limit. I want to tell you. Of course, there would be a fertility age limit, like getting pregnant after 40 could be difficult or you can't conceive. Maybe that could be the problem. But again, everyone's body is unique. Everyone has a different genetics. Everyone has a different stuff. So I have seen many people having kids by normal delivery or getting pregnant and having babies at the age of 45. I have seen that personally. And I've seen the people in early 20s having difficulty in getting pregnant and having kids, and they are going with the medical stuff, having an IVF and all that stuff. So I'm going to tell you, everybody is unique. Everyone is unique. You are unique. You don't need to fit in the box. You don't need to feel that pressure to do the things or get the shit done at that particular time. You don't need to get married if you don't want to get married. I've seen so many people getting married at 22 years of age when they don't want to even get married. They want to explore the world and maybe do something else. But they are going into that because of the pressure, and at the end of they are regretting about it and they want to get out of that marriage. So everybody has their own specific time frame. I've seen people success at age of 50, at the age of 60, or even at the age of 20. So there is no time frame, there is no age frame. You can get pregnant easily at the age of 45 and you can have a difficulty in getting pregnant at the age of 20. Yourself, do whatever feels right for you and stop thinking what other people are thinking about you or what they think about you in the background or what they're telling you in front of you. It doesn't really matter. Always remember life is too short. And making any absurd comments or absurd decision or statement about yourself based on what other people are thinking, it's just so weird. It doesn't make any sense at the end of the day because you are you, and that makes you unique and that makes you beautiful and amazing the way you are. And you need to give your beautiful gifts that you only have. No one else cannot be like you. No one else exact same gift as you have. Everyone has their own time, and the things only happen when that right time comes. Okay, for some it would be 20, for some it would be 40 or 50, who knows. But for you, it would be different, and it all depends on you, and you have to figure it out for yourself. And don't rush to figure out for yourself. Just explore and be open and experiment. Eventually, you're gonna figure it out. Hopefully, these tips will going to help you get out of that age stuff, because I too feel can relate to this particular topic. I have that kind of stuff in the past. But then I conquered by thinking about and doing implementing all these tips in my personal life. Hopefully these tips will going to help you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I'll gonna see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye guys.